Well, okay, so now we're live. So here we go. This is me doing it on my own. We're gonna see how this works. AC is laughing at me right now. AC, I can see you laughing at me, and you know what? I would laugh at you as well. AC, let's start it off. Number one, thank you so much. Those that don't know AC, this is AC of AC Sports 5. He's gonna be going on at 9 p.m. And he's going to be, I'm assuming you're going to be talking about the Doyers a little bit. For those
Doyers!
For those that don't know, if you've been in a cave, the Doyers, they are the World Series champs back to back. They do have one of the highest, I think the highest salary cap. I wouldn't even call it cap.
Third highest.
But it's one of those things of you can't hate the player, hate the game until Major League Baseball puts a salary cap. This is what they're doing. And I've had a couple people ask me, Rubio, why do you call it the Doyers? AC, has anyone back east ever asked you why it's called the Doyers instead of the Dodgers?
I think so. And I would just say, because it's in the ravine, Holmes. It's where that's all my Latino brothers and sisters are out here. And as soon as they win the championship, hey, we're going to bust firecrackers. Hey, we're going to shoot guns in the sky. Like, my Latino brothers and sisters go crazy.
Yeah. If you've ever been to a Dodger game, let's just say that the surrounding area is very Hispanic.
Órale, pato.
There it is. And then you also have the crowd can be very, very Mexican. So that's what you hear. Instead of Dodgers, a lot of times you hear, let's go Doyers. Pero when it's a shame. So it's just fantastic. So that's what I've always talked to them. AC, I'm going to throw out some stats for you regarding this game. 26 million people watched Game 7. It had more viewers than last year's Super Bowl.
Man.
Half the population of Canada was watching this. Half the population. What are your thoughts on that? Because baseball is, quote, a boring sport to me. And now I was watching each pitch for like the whole World Series. And why? What happened to this series?
It's because this is it. Like, you watch 100 and was it 63 games is a regular season? Like, why? So then you get to the pennant race and you get to this World Series, and now it means so much. And now every single pitch means so much. That last pitch, the announcer even said it so articulately, just one way this ball bounces means the Blue Jays win. If it bounces this way, the Dodgers win. And I was just like, man, I was sitting here like a little kid. I wasn't even sitting on the couch. I was sitting on the floor looking at I was just sitting there like a little kid waiting my turn to find out what's going to happen. And you just can't script this game. Had everything from a bench clearing brawl to every single at bat, starters pitching, the guy who pitched the day before is pitching, and everything. Now, when they rolled out old Kershaw to warm up, I was really, really nervous, man, because I was like, oh, I don't know about old Kershaw, man. Come on now. But it was really, really meaningful. And I think you can't ask for a better, like, it was just the Blue Jays. Who cares? It's not it's Yankees. Not the Yankees, but this was way better than the Dodgers versus Yankees.
I mean, and then you look at like this, I'm going to put up this picture and just look at this. Bottom of the ninth,
over with.
1-2, 1 out, bases loaded. Toronto is right there, and then all of a sudden they have a guy who doesn't know how to take a secondary lead off third. He decides to slide in foot first when he's got the oven mitt on his hand to dive forward, and he doesn't. Here's some other things. They used every starting pitcher to move away from relievers. The split finger fastball. Last year, there was 31 thrown in the World Series. This year, 277.
Sheesh.
So this is a pitcher. Those that don't know baseball, a split finger fastball just basically goes like this and then drops. It looks like a fastball, but then it drops. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he's not human, right? We're assuming he's not.
He's a machine. They don't have parents. Have you seen Otani's parents or Yamamoto's parents or anybody's parents from Japan? These guys were made out of a culture.
Theory, built in a lab. Yao Ming, you never see family photos.
I saw his family. I saw his mother and father. They were about 6'5". They were both tall. They were 7'5".
That was AI. That was
It was
100% AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so Yamamoto, the pitcher, he threw 96 pitches in Game 6 and 2 extra innings in Game 7. People don't understand that for pitchers, you don't do that. It's usually like 3, 4, 5 days rest. And I love the pitcher when they would go through the dugout and he says, "I'm going back in." And then the other Asian pitcher goes, For real? Like, seriously? He's going?
Yeah. Tommy John, what kind of arm? Like, and he throws the split finger and the slider and the changeup like a magician. And he's just like, when his face, he looked the little sweat off his brow, and he just kind of like, I'm going to break his bat right here.
Yeah.
I have a pitch right now. It's going to break his bat in half, and it's going to be over with. I'm like, this dude's a killer, man. He's a straight up cyborg from the future. He's the Kawhi Leonard version of baseball.
And I love the fact that he's just so, and it's probably their culture, but how stoic he is, and just, how he is. But then you've got Ohtani, who he's like a puppy. He's like a puppy on speed. He's just out there having a good time, faking that he doesn't speak English. God love him. And he's just enjoying life. And now that guy, he's got to be, and I'll argue with people on this. Gabe Calkins says, "Focus up." I'm focused. And then Jamin says Canadians cared. Yes, the Canadians do care. I feel bad for you guys because you couldn't even go home to a good meal after that. You had poutine right in your setup.
You should have won. You guys should have won.
Well, I mean, let me just play you this 9th inning, just the 9th inning. There's a couple highlights. Let's just watch this. And what in the hell?
I know Dodgers talk.
Smith, it's a high fly ball to deep left field. Payoff. Drilled to left field and deep. And gone! No way! Miguel Rojas! Yoshinobu Yamamoto puts his name with Randy Johnson in 2001. Roll to second. Rojas comes home in time. Miguel Rojas. Fly ball to left field. Hernandez on the run with Pages over his head. Pages makes the catch. Smith, it's a high fly ball to deep left field. It's got a chance. It is gone. It's Will Smith in Game 7. Yoshinobu Yamamoto tries to go the final 2+ innings. He's a good puncher. Lays down a perfect one. Yamamoto first in time. World Series could end on one swing in either direction. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces one up the middle. That's to the man. Over the fence to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back.
I mean, how many things had to go right there? Like, oh my God, Rojas, you and I had more hits this season than Rojas did. And then all of a sudden he hits a 9th inning home run and he makes one of the best brain plays of all time at first base where he gets it, boom, throws it a perfect pitch, but not throw. I'm getting fired up about it.
And Will Smith steps off the plate.
Yeah, I don't even get it. Like, it's one of those things that only in LA could you write something like this and you wouldn't believe it.
I was sitting there. I watched it by myself. My wife's like, "Why are you screaming?" I said, "Because I can't make this stuff up." Pages just ran over Kike to catch the ball because Kike was going to drop it.
That would be one hell of a trophy outside Dyer Stadium. Just him destroying him and catching
the ball. There's already an AI statue already made. And Kike is getting ran over and Pages is catching it. I said,
we drone New York. We drone YYC just says, I think I saw that more people in Japan watched than Canadians. Gee, well, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah. Hoffman killed us too many times with giving up the homers this year. Yeah, it was bad. So let me give you some final stats on this. This 2025 World Series was the first to feature. Now listen to these: a pinch hit grand slam, Addison Barger, 2 extra inning games, 18 and 11, a walk-off homer, Freeman, a 7-4 double play to end a game, Game 6, back-to-back homers to start a game, 5, a complete game, Yamamoto hit 2, the first 12 strikeout, 0 walk game from Savage, who that guy 3 weeks ago was working at a hot dog on a stick.
Yeah, his story's crazy.
A player who reached base 9 times in one game. Ohtani, what? Jesus. A game-tying home run in the 9th inning that flipped the World Series, Rojas. I mean,
with a check swing, he didn't even swing the bat. He just put the bat out there.
And
like
here's the best part. You're talking about you were watching it sitting on the ground. I was at a hotel and I was facing the wrong way at the start, and then it started to get build up. I refused to turn around and watch the game. The TV was like 12 feet behind me. I was in a big lobby area. I refused to turn around and watch it because it was good luck that I was looking away. So I think the Doyers owe some of it to me.
Yeah, Moneyball. Yeah, you're Brad Pitt.
Exactly.
Don't watch the game.
Scott. All right, so let's move on, AC, because I know you're busy. There are winners and losers in life. AC, is college football broken with the NIL number one? I know we've talked about it before, but to me, it seems it's becoming more and more apparent where, you've got your UWs, even your UCLAs or SCs, Nebraskas, Notre Dames, LSUs, Texas, where they've got more money than God if they're willing to spend it and get it, to where you have the Washington States, San Jose States, Oregon States, where they're just not competing. They're just not going to.
I don't know. I don't think broken is the right word. I just think it's at a place where it needs to be revisited as far as the NIL and the transfer portal, because they're two different things. Mm-hmm. Just being able to transfer freely versus being able to go get paid freely is a whole nother thing. Like, why did they both come together? When they did that, when the transfer portal didn't have to come with the NIL. The NIL was something that we were fighting for since we were in school with Ramogi Huma and Charles O'Bannon. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ed O'Bannon, I'm sorry. And they were trying to get our name, image, and likeness, a fair shake of what we're being not paid for. But the transfer portal is what changed the whole game for me, in that kids now, high school, don't have a chance at the bigger schools unless they're the best players since, Marvin Harrison Jr. So those kids can now say, if you're not going to a starting situation, don't go to a big school. It's just going to be a 2 years and out deal, because now, as we're seeing with these coaches getting fired mid-season, like it's something to do, they have to win now. And the game has changed on every facet, from NIL to portal to loyalty, to say, I love this school. It's my legacy school. But now it's more, where can I go to get an opportunity? Because these coaches have no loyalty. The school has no loyalty. The kids have no loyalty. It's a matter of who can get to the best spot for themselves in this moment. And it might be 3 or 4 transfers. I think they have to limit the transfer number and somehow put a cap on the NIL, because right now it's just the wild, wild west. And the Texas A&Ms of the world are going to continue to get the best players because they can pay the most money. It doesn't mean you're going to win, because we've seen what's happening in LSU. We're seeing what's happening at Florida. These places are paying kids $1 million to play. Miami lost again. They got a $10 million quarterback, and he threw his whole team under the bus. So you get that kind of stuff where these kids aren't necessarily Canes. These kids aren't necessarily Bruins. These kids aren't necessarily Fighting Irish. They're just there for that moment in time where it felt good. And then when it didn't, like, look at Colorado. All these kids got paid, and they're not playing hard for Coach Prime. They're not getting coached up. They're feeling sorry for themselves because Coach Prime has a cancer battle he's fighting, so he can't be there all the time. So you see the kids barely being engaged, and it's really hard to watch. And you look at these different places, you watch Deshaun Foster get fired, and then the same kids 2 weeks later beat Penn State, and then they beat another team, and then you're like, these are the same kids. What is going on? And now they're playing hard. It's hard to explain. Is it broken? I don't think it's broken. I think the kids do deserve a piece of the pie. Mm-hmm. I do 100%. Think kids should have the leverage to change schools when things aren't going right. But I think there has to be some type of limit, because right now it's just a wild, wild west.
Well, and Angel brings up a great point. She says NIL needs serious guardrails for under 20-year-olds. 100%. I think it doesn't. I wouldn't just limit it to under 20, because I mean, we were all 21 and 22 and 23, and you're still pretty much an idiot at that point. It's one of those where it's hard for kids nowadays due to the fact that become the NIL class, where some of them are making more money than the coach. Mm-hmm. And they're definitely making more money than the assistant coaches or the grad assistants or anything like that. And it's one of those where I was just talking to a college coach a couple of days ago. He said that there's never been a time harder for a high school kid. Never. Because why would I take 18-year-old Anthony Cobbs? Why would I take him when I can get 21-year-old Anthony Cobbs, who's got 3 years under his belt? It just, I don't care how great, unless you're, who's that running back that was from Baldwin Park? That was so damn good when we were in high school. went to Nebraska. Big black dude.
Lawrence Phillips.
Lawrence Phillips. Yeah, that guy was a monster. Unless you're Lawrence Phillips coming out of high school, out of Baldwin Park High School, and you're going to go to Nebraska and be 6'3", 240,
already. Yeah.
It's one of those, why would I not take 20-year-old Anthony Cobbs? It's just a better investment for me as a coach. It's just one of those things that doesn't make sense. And I think I just wrote down a word here that you were talking about, but you weren't talking about. I think so much of it has to do with the culture of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The culture of the team is one of those that can make or break. We used to talk about it in our locker room all the time. In case you guys didn't know this, Anthony and I played at UCLA back when they were really, really good. Four weeks ago, I would have said they were the worst team in the country. Then, like you said, they go out and beat Penn State. And I was like, what the hell just happened here?
Got that man fired. Yeah.
And what's going on? Like, I would have bet you $100, and I'm not a betting man, that they're going to get throttled by good-looking James Franklin, and just all of a sudden, boom, they beat him, and then they go on like a 3-game burner. What's happening here?
Good-looking James Franklin is if you guys don't know, Coach Franklin and Rubio are spitting image doppelgangers, man.
He is one handsome bastard. Like I said 100 times.
He looks just like you, man.
They're saying that agents representing coaches and players at the same time. Yeah, that's wrong. Okay, Chris Connor saying that. Jamin said he played in Calgary. We used to call it, I remember, we didn't say culture, but we used to say you could kill a team or build a team if there was a cancer in the locker room.
Yeah,
there was usually like 1 or 2 kids that, boom, they're a cancer. You get rid of that cancer. It's just like anything. You get frostbite. You got to cut off the foot. It's one of those things. Or if you don't, it's just going to keep going. And the culture of a team. And so I'm trying to say, like, the UCLA culture, it must have been just flipped. Like, I just don't, like you said, they're the exact same players. Am I wrong?
Skipper said the first thing we're going to do is clean the locker room. So that let me believe that Deshaun Foster, being a player's coach, was too much of a player's coach.
Yeah.
And that he let the kids do whatever they wanted. As long as you stay out of trouble, we're good. Whereas a coach would say, first and foremost, guys, we can't have a dirty locker room. What does that say about yourself? And that was something I heard Ed Reed and Ray Lewis do in Baltimore. I think Tom Brady and Willie McGinnis in New England, that they made sure the locker room was a cultural place of productivity and positivity and no toxicity, and that there's nobody here that doesn't want to be here. If you don't take care of the cleanliness of your locker room, that lets me know you don't care about where you are. And that might be something small to a lot of people, but I think it changes the mentality immediately. And I think it happens in classrooms. I think it happens in boardrooms. It happens in offices. It happens in auditoriums. If the people don't care about the place they are in this space, then they won't give you the maximum effort or output that they could possibly have. It's small little things like that you might hear at a Tony Robbins event, where you'll hear that positive something, and then it changes the whole room. Like, I have students in my classroom, I'm a teacher right now, and a student is removed from my classroom, and then the whole vibe of the room changes. And now it's more of positivity, and kids now want to get busy and do some cool stuff. Well, I don't know what Deshaun Foster's thing was, but his might have just been he's too chill. And Skipper is just so happy, and little New is so happy. You can't help but be happy. And if you're happy, you run faster, and you're a lot more energetic, and you get to things, and you say, well, shoot, we got the 5-star quarterback. We got a 5-star receiver. We got 2 4-star receivers. We got a 3 and 4-star running back. We got 4 3-star, 4-star linemen. Why can't we move the ball? We got dudes. Let's play. And that was just the mentality that they switched. I don't think it's that, because they're not going to give Skipper the chance to get the head coaching job unless we're in no man's land without an AD. But I don't see them keeping those two for a long term. They might give him 1 more year to try to figure it out, or wait 4 years till New is 32 years old and hire him like they hired Coach Donahue when he's 32. But whatever's going to happen, that culture thing is huge, man. It's just, if it's missing, like Brian Kelly at LSU, culture was shot. You got somebody fake at the top. He's not with us. He's not from Louisiana.
It's a culture. I think you're 100% correct, AC. It's a culture that can be taught, but it has to be taught from top down, and everyone has to buy in. I wanted to talk about our two boys. Yours went from San Jose State to Delaware State. He's getting reps. He's doing well out there. Mine went from Washington State to Montana State, and I remember he transferred. It was like January 26th. And only thing we knew about Montana State, I didn't know if they were good, they were bad. I knew it was cold. I've heard Bozeman is cold, and I heard that it is 8-hour drive for me. And so the first day my wife drops him off, I was at a camp or something like that, and she goes, "Oh my God, it's cold." And she's from Idaho, so I said, "Come on, man, how like if you say it's cold, it's got to be holy Jesus cold." She goes, "It's -30," and I go, "Oh my God." And so now about 3 or 4 days later, we're talking about building that culture. There's a picture of my kid on the field, snow all around, pushing one of those big ass tractor tires because they're doing off-season conditioning, and he's got no shirt on. And so I take a screenshot of it on Instagram and I send it to him and I go, "Hey, tough guy, what's with the no shirt on?" Because he's a big guy and he's probably showing off his muscles, curls for the girls. And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "What's with the shirt off, dude?" He goes, "We're not allowed to wear shirts outside." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You have to be Montana tough." I go, Lord. "Oh, Jesus God." We're coming from UCLA where our cold day was like 67. Yeah. And our hot day was 78. And so, but that's where they learn their culture of this is the way it's going to be. You can either handle it or you're gone.
Yeah. That's the big difference. I was just watching the old high school flick when the game stands tall, the De La Salle versus Long Beach Poly movie, and they were doing all that cultural stuff, breaking down anybody that came in there with a different idea of how to do things. And it was like, that's just not the way we do things here. And if you don't get with the program, you're going to be gone. I think that is one of the things that culturally UCLA was missing. And you figure if our kids go from Washington State or San Jose State to these smaller schools, culture is what allows these kids to prosper and grow in a smaller environment. My kid goes from FBS, being on a video game, life is sweet, temperatures is 75 every single day in San Jose, to being told you're not going to play here. The guy you're behind just got his 2 years back from junior college. So the chances of you playing here are very slim. So you might want to find a new school. And I'm just like, yo, that's different than what we used to be. You know, we were told to change positions or wait till your senior year and we'll see what happens. But he changing to a FCS school from an FBS school from San Jose State to Delaware State, he immediately got an opportunity to play more. And he was stoked about that. But he still has a lot to learn. And he's learning that. And head coach Deshaun Jackson, he has to win now. And his culture is we don't lose. So the game that they did lose, they had to run like it was, you know, it was like the last day on opportunity to get things right. If we lose again, everyone's going to get cut. It was just that kind of feel. It was a cultural shock that we don't lose, and not like that. So then the kids start working a little bit harder. They all bought in. Now they're having a little bit of fun. They played at the Link last week in Philadelphia, and they have a coach. They have a culture of winning right now, in that they're in the HBCU circuit, and they have gone from projected last place to being in first place. So now they believe. Like when I was first watching them getting started with off-season training, I'm like, I don't see how this team's going to be successful. The line's not big enough. The D line's not big enough. And I just started thinking like, you know, it's going to be tough. And then the NIL jumps up and they bought a couple of players. And then in the last minute, now we have these 5th year, 7th year players at certain spots. And now we're able to compete and beat teams. Whereas you look at the same situation culturally, Michael Vick's team, they played last week. He's a head coach at Norfolk State. He didn't get the 5th and 7th year seniors. He has regular kids and they're getting beat. They only won one game this season. So I just know it's a different environment for my son, no doubt. And he's getting a good experience, if nothing else.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing, is that you want them to live and learn. My kid's enjoying Montana State. He loves Bozeman. Hopefully, I think that's going to happen. He's going to end up staying out there. He really enjoys the area. It is cold as hell. I get made fun of all the time for what I wear because I'll go double electric socks. I'm throwing
electric socks is crazy.
Oh, electric socks, electric gloves, electric vest. I'm throwing those hand warmers in orifices you don't even want to know about just to keep myself warm so I don't pass out and die. Just, you know, blood is thin from California, but it's one of those things that I think the smaller schools at some point will end up becoming medium schools slash you want to learn some culture, you want to learn some tradition, you want to play some good football. It's going to be the route to go because there's no continuity anymore at UCLA. Right. I mean, how many transfers did we have back in the day? There was no transfers back then, and there was no concussions. I remember Ryan Fiend was the only concussion I ever remember.
We had one transfer. We had Donovan Gallatin was our only transfer from El Camino College, and he was a killer. Safety, coming off the hash. He blew up skip hicks and spring ball and earned his position. Yep. And that was like the only guy I knew that came to UCLA from a different school. And then we got the Serenga brothers transferring from UOP. We got Waswa to come to our school, and his brother went to Cal because the school dissolved the program. That was a hardship. They could transfer because their school no longer had football. That's understandable. Now, I'm not starting. I'm transferring. That's just how it is. And then my son's introduction to a small school, his head coach is like, I want to see you guys make it to the next level. So if you guys play well, you have an opportunity to make it back to the FCS. I mean, back to the FBS, to a bigger school. And I was kind of like, wow, that's the new.
Yeah, it's like the process. It's like the new high school.
Yeah, I wanted to make you guys make it to the next level. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, they know that. It's just like I told Brendan at San Jose State. Just like that's for the kids finding the next level. Coaches are trying to find the next level. Oh, so 100%. I'm like, well, when you get the call, are you going to be leaving? It's like, I have to prepare you guys like I'm preparing you guys. When an opportunity presents itself, you have to look at it like a man and say, is this going to help me and my family for the long term? Even if it's something that I know that I won't be there for very long if I don't win. But still, I'm going to take the opportunity when it presents itself. And I don't think anybody can be mad if you're going to go somewhere to improve your degree, somewhere you can improve your pocket, or somewhere you can go and improve your playing time for your long-term goals. It's just a different day. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like your legacy is going to be tarnished. You know, Lieutenant Dan, your whole family died in the war, and I stole your opportunity for you to die in the war. Your legacy is now shot. No, your legacy is just different, man. The days are different. It's a different time. Don't feel personally attacked. It's just different. If they ask you to leave, take that opportunity to go find yourself somewhere else to play, and just not, going to work out here. And don't treat it as I'm not good. It's just sometimes a situation. Look at Daniel Jones in the NFL. Like, these dudes that were thrown away by some team, and another team is like, we'll use you. And now you look like a Pro Bowler. Sam Darnold looks like a Tom Brady's clone. He didn't miss a pass. Yeah. So it's just a matter of place and time. Look at what Lincoln Riley's doing at USC. He let go of Zach Branch. He's starting for Georgia now. From USC, starting at Georgia. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good, trade-off. You go from a bottom barrel Big Ten team to one of the top SEC teams. Now you're going to be a higher draft pick. So it's crazy out there.
AC, you're going live in 2.5 hours. Tell the people what they're going to see on AC Sports Live tonight. I'm assuming Doyers.
We'll talk a little bit about those different situations in the Dodger game that we just kind of touched on right now, but how a team in this situation that the Blue Jays were in to win it. I know they feel like the biggest heels ever because the percentage, I'm talking about the percentages of how they were supposed to win. They were like a 92% chance of winning. When you put that graphic up there with the bases loaded with one out, it's just the percentages. I was like, oh, it's about to be over. I didn't even like when Will Smith tied the game. No, was it? No. When Rojas tied the game, I said, it's not enough. One round, if we tie the game, cool, we get one more chance. But now they got one swing at the bat, and you had Vlad Guerrero coming up. I'm like, oh, man, it's over. But it's just stuff like that. I want to talk about that. My other topics, I'm going to talk about on my son's week, my week back east, going to see them play at the Link and how it was pretty special. The environment was really special. They had 47,000 people at the game. It was a pretty good environment. Talking about NFL trades, how my Eagles got better. And I want to talk about my high school, Long Beach, probably not going to the playoffs based on hearsay, based on rumors, based on illegal transfers. So the high school level is being affected to a point where it's happening in college. How come we can't do it in high school? So now the team is not even in the playoffs at all. It's a travesty. It's a travesty, and parents are mad. Kids are crying. It's a topic around Long Beach. As soon as I heard the news, I was in Delaware and I heard the news. The principal came to practice and said, "You're not going to the playoffs," with no explanation, and walked away. And it was kind of like, "Yo, did you hear?" And I'm like, "What?" And they were like, "My coach called me. Did you know what's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know what's going on." They're like, "Man, you need to get back over there and coach." I'm not going back over there to clean up something I don't know what's going on. So it's a topic of discussion in Long Beach. And the Jake Paul and Tank fight got canceled. I wonder why. I'll talk about that in a little bit.
AC, I really appreciate you. I'm going to hopefully send myself the commercial so people can go take a piss, go get something to drink. Everyone watch AC of AC Sports Live. AC, thank you for your time, my man.
Thank you for having me, brother. Anytime.
You have been watching The Rubio Method.
Let's get going, gang!
Our dedicated staff is ready to work for you. Artbeat specializes in custom apparel. Call us or order online. Free shipping nationwide. Custom printed shirts are our specialty, and we make sure you get exactly what you want. Bring in your own design or let our team create one for you. Promote your business, event, or club with pens, caps, bottles, mugs, and more.
Creating cool since 1985.
Take it away, Rubio.
Focus up. I'm talking to you. Blaze finally said my name. Maddie, you did it. Some say it couldn't be done. I said it should have been done earlier, but we'll let it slide. And yes, I'll be mailing Blaze a shirt. Good for you, buddy. Very, very proud of you. Welcome back to episode 109. I wanted to thank AC of AC Sports Live once again. He did a great job, and he'll be going live at 9 p.m. And then also you'll have The Ride with Chevy and Nasty at 9:30. They're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. They'll have a great they're eating peanut butter cookies for some reason. Sheldon texted me that, made me hungry. I'm assuming they're probably going to talk Toronto a little bit, considering that's Canada. We'll see how that goes. All right, so let's talk about accepting and embracing. That's our third little section, we'll say. And this one is, a lot of people don't know what's going on in New York City right now. Right now in New York City, they are having a mayoral race. New York City, in case you didn't know, is one of the top cities in America, if not the top city, culturally, socially, economically. It's up there. It's big time. Okay, so they have someone named Zoran Mamdani. It's most likely going to be the next mayor of New York City, and it just tell you right now, it could literally destroy New York City. You're thinking, Rubio, you're being hyperbolic. You're exaggerating, bud. That's what you do. You exaggerate. Dom Desai 4827 said he just won. So if you're going to go to New York City, I'd say you go within the next month, because it's about to become a hellhole. And why do I say that? Well, I'm going to list you things that he's done. All right. He's come from a very rich family. Don't care about that. That's fine. Whatever. He's never had a real job. Like he's never had a job. Okay. So he's got no experience of anything. He was trying to be a rapper about 10 years ago. So he's basically had this golden spoon in his mouth the entire time. And he's just proposing things and saying things. And it's like watching a fifth grade election. Remember when you were watching, where you were in fifth grade, and some kids going for treasurer, someone's going for secretary, someone's going for president of their fifth grade class, and their campaign is, we're going to run on, we're going to have 3 extra recesses, and lunch is going to be 2 hours long, and we're going to have Kool-Aid coming out of the water fountains. And all the fifth graders like, hell yeah, let's vote for Johnny. That's the best. I want 2 extra recesses. And everyone that's above 100 IQ goes, yeah, man, you can't have 2 extra recesses. We can't install Kool-Aid coming out of the water fountains. And no, we're not going to have a 2-hour lunch. We got to get all this stuff in. And because why? What am I talking about? Okay. Now, number one, he's a proclaimed democratic socialist. If you think socialism is good, you've never done a group project. Socialism means just everyone's equal. Everything is equal. So if I make $10, everyone makes $10. No one makes $12. No one makes $11. No one makes $9. Everyone makes 10. The easiest way to explain it would be like if everyone had homework on a test, say everyone's in English 101 and there's 100 people in the class, everyone's going to get an equal grade. No matter if there's 10 A's, 10 F's, and the rest are C's, everyone's going to get the same, no matter how hard you try. So why would anyone study? You wouldn't study because everyone's going to just be equaled out. So it doesn't push anyone to do anything. All right. He's a self-proclaimed democratic socialist. He's going to tax the rich to pay for everything. This is what he said. He's going to tax the rich to pay for everything. All right. So a third grader can figure out this. If I'm a rich person and I'm going to get extra taxes in some place, what am I going to do? You're going to move. It's very simple. Okay. Jamin says, Trump says, no, he's a communist. Well, he is a communist. It's socialism, communism, pretty much same thing. They're already saying that 10% of New York residents will leave. Here is what he is promising and saying. He's going to do free and faster buses. Okay. I don't know if he's a mechanic. Let's just work on the faster part. So he's going to make the buses faster. He says they're going to be faster because there's going to be no people putting money in to go on the bus. So the buses are going to be free. You're still going to have to pay for gas, maintenance, and the driver. So who's paying them? Usually it's the fare, but not that. So taxes are going to go up. Okay. And if they're free, do you think maybe the hobos are going to embark on these free buses? Why would you not? Okay. Have you ever been to a free concert, or you've been to a concert that cost a lot of money? Which one was a better experience? The more money one, right? Because you appreciated it more and there was no riffraff around. Anytime something is free, it's going to get manipulated. It's going to go to trash. He's going to freeze the rent, he said. So he's going to say basically, okay, Jamin pays $100 a month in rent. That landlord cannot move that rent up, not one bit. So if everything else in New York City gets more expensive, wood, maintenance, hiring people, things like that, the landlord simply cannot raise rent to cover that. So what do you think is going to happen to all the landlords? They're either going to sell right now, they're going to leave, or there's going to be no maintenance on apartments. Because why would I maintain an apartment if I have to pay extra for it because I can't raise the rent for it? So you're going to freeze the rent. This is a new one today. Free gender affirming care in New York City for anyone who wants it, and will fly people in to receive it. So if you want to be reassigned gender, okay, you can go to New York City and they'll even fly you in. Okay. Jamin says free drug consumption sites on wheels. Perfect. I see nothing wrong. What can happen with that? Yeah. There's going to be the buses will be just like meth transit, not mass transit, meth transit. Trademark that from someone. He's going to give $65 million for trans treatments, including kids. Where are you getting this money, bud? Okay, because all the big time corporations, they're going to leave. They're not going to pay more taxes. They're going to go see Bill Geiser in Florida and have a good time down there. And DeSantis has already said, hey, if you're a cop and you don't want to work for this guy, come down here. We'll give you a $10,000 bonus. Why would you not? Why would you not do that? He says billionaires shouldn't exist. Billionaires shouldn't exist. And he's not the only one that said this. Billie Eilish, she's a singer. You've heard a couple of her songs. She just won an award or something like this out there. And this is what she had to say. Now, she's millionaire. Ready? Here we go.
Money than me. And a few people in here that have a lot more money than me. And if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? Because they've either made a product, invented something, or they worked their ass off. That's why. Very simple. And this is a millionaire saying that. Why shouldn't just someone say, you're a millionaire? Why are you a millionaire? Give your money away, shorty. Like that's one of the dumbest comments of all time. She's doing a concert, I think, in New Orleans this weekend. I think the minimum ticket price is $120. Why not make it free? Everyone should be able to see it. Does she need more money? She's already a millionaire. She should give some money away. Just so stupid. Seize the means of construction. Government can just take your property for themselves. He says he's going to do this. Seize the means of construction. So basically, he's saying that they're going to, oh, look at that bakery. I like that bakery. We're going to take it. We're going to start baking goods. The government's going to start baking goods. So Rubio's bakery just goes out of business because you bought it at probably bare minimum wage. Okay, good. He has said prisons do not serve a purpose. What? How can you even say that? Prisons don't serve. Yeah, it does. You throw criminals in there. Problem solved. Violence is an artificial construction. You can look all this up. Violence is an artificial construction. What? So if someone comes and punches me, comes in that door right there and punches me in the face, that's artificial construction? No, that's violence. It's very easy. Countless times has advocated for defunding the police. That's a good luck, bud. So you're the mayor. I'm assuming he'll have no private security because you don't want the police covering you. Capitalism and Christianity are getting attacked all over these days, as Depressing Jamin says. Yeah, that's 100% true. What else is he saying? He has literally said he wants to hike the tax burden for whiter neighborhoods. That's a quote. He's going to raise the taxes on whiter neighborhoods. What? So if you're a white person, why would you vote for him? I just don't get it. It makes zero sense. It isn't that a little bit racist? City-run grocery stores. Have you been to the DMV? I'm lucky. I live in a small town. My DMV is fantastic. Every time I go in there, it looks like there's a damn bomb threat because there's like me and two other people working. That's it. There's no one ever there. I've never seen a line. But if you've ever been to a big city's DMV, it's an absolute hellhole. The one that I used to go to in the LA area, they had to put out a sign that said no barbecuing in the parking lot because people would bring barbecues and just stay there because that's how long it took. So you're saying you want to take away mom and pop bodegas, the little grocery stores, and just have government run ones? This has been tried. Have you ever seen Cuba or Venezuela? It doesn't work, man. Okay. You're taking profit away from other people. And the reason why capitalism is successful is because people fight for the cost. I'm going to go to John's grocery store because he's selling an apple for $1 instead of Ben's grocery store because they're $2. Oh my God. What a concept. But if everything's the exact same price, how are you getting that price? And why would anyone go to Johnny's or Ben's grocery store anymore? They're not. You're going to kill business right there. He's currently running ads in Arabic in New York City. Now you can put them in any language you want, but this is, mind you, the New York City, this is after 9/11. We're 24 years past this. And he was even campaigning with someone who plotted it. Boom. Mondami appears smiling arm in arm with unindicted 93 World Trade Center bombing co-conspirator and terrorist apologist. He's literally campaigning with him. Did everyone forget what happened? Holy hell. Like this is one of those things that doesn't even make sense. I can't even believe this is happening. And he hates capitalism. Just like Jamin said, he hates capitalism. Without capitalism, your mom wouldn't be rich because she's the one that does all the video productions because he's got all these fancy ads. So New York City, I don't know what to tell you. Dom just said he already won. It's going to be a very, very, very interesting time. I don't know what they're doing. Let me go to one more quick commercial, then we'll come back with working hard is not enough, and then confidence is the key.
You have been watching The Rubio Method. Take it away, Rubio.
Focus up. Gabriel, if you're still watching, go eat right now and turn down your heater in your house. It's too damn hot in there. Welcome back to episode 109. I want to thank everyone for the comments. We've got 2 more sections left. Working hard is not enough. Actually, I'm going to talk about Gabriel right now. I'm talking about one of these things where getting kids to speak is becoming almost a jewel. It's one of those things that doesn't happen as much. And I was with some quote unquote kids being, let's say, under 30 years old this weekend. And it was great to see them speaking. We went to dinner after a football game, and these guys were friends of our friends' kids. And the kid wasn't even there, but these kids were 29, 30. I'm going to call them kids because I'm older than them. And it was very good to see them actually speaking. And I, even after the fact, after we had a nice little dinner, I spoke to my wife and the friends we were with, and I said, it was really nice to be able to talk to people and just be able to look them, and they're not looking down at their phone the entire time. They're one of theirs where they're having a good time. They're able to converse. And in today's society where everyone is just, scroll zombies, looking up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's a very, very good thing to see younger generations being able to converse and open up and see things around you. And it's one of those things that once you open your eyes, you'll start to notice things. And so going back to Gabriel, a funny story, we're at a bar out in Bozeman a couple weeks ago, and this kid is 15, 16 years old. I can't remember how, I think he's 15. And it's at a bar, but the kids are allowed in there because it was like 6 o'clock. We're just having dinner, and they're playing pool, having a good time. And Gabe gets on his phone. He starts scrolling. And I'm looking around. I said, Gabriel, get off your phone and look around. Get off your phone and look around. And he's like, and I go, and he looks, and there's a cute college girl's butt right in his face. That's why you look around, bud. I'm not just saying you got to always look for the cute college girl's butt, but it's one of those things. If you don't look down all the time, you're not going to be able to see it. So it's one of those things. Open up your eyes. There's a whole new world out there. And it's very, very, very interesting to see anyone under 30 have the ability to speak. And as a entrepreneur, I think it's one of those things that's really going to pay off for these people. The more they learn to speak, the more they're going to get hired, the more money they're going to make. And it's going to be one of those that they're going to move quicker up the ladder simply because they do have the ability to speak. And it makes it very, very easy for them to be presentable and personable. And it's going to pay off big time. All right. So let's move on. Confidence is the key. This is going to be 5 questions that came to Rubio at therubiomethod.com. 5 questions that came. Here's number 1. Rubio, did you see JD Vance's post on Halloween? Yes, I did. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious. For those that don't know, this is what it was. The left has been trying to mock JD. They make him like a chubby on memes. And he, with this big, like curly Afro wig. And he actually posted a picture of it on Halloween, and it infuriates everyone because he's making fun of himself. And he's like, okay, so yeah, this is how you guys are going to make fun of me. I'm just going to laugh at myself more, and we're just going to go with that. I thought it was hilarious. I think he's obviously proving himself to be easily the next candidate. Him or Rubio, ironically, should do very, very well. Next question is, who do you think is responsible for the government shutdown? I think we're at day 35 right now. 35, obviously responsible for the government shutdown. To me, no way you're going to say it's the Democrats, and you're going to say, well, Rubio, the Republicans have the House and the Senate. Let me just show you this little quick graph here. For anyone still confused, the Senate needs 60 votes to pass a bill. Republicans only have 53 seats, so at least 7 Democrats most vote yes for the CR. That's a clean resolution to pass. Democrats keep voting no, which is why the government remains shut down. They've blocked it, I think it's 14 times now. It's not that complicated, and it's not. You just need 7 Democrats to come over and say, boom, let's go, and it'll be cleared up. And I hope it's cleared up before this weekend. I've got to do some traveling, and I really don't want to have to miss my flights. Question 3, Rubio, what are your thoughts on the whole SNAP debacle? The whole SNAP debacle, for those that don't know, SNAP is, now that the government is shut down, people that have an EBT card are not getting their money. So food stamps, that's another way to say it. So what do I think about it? I think it's been abused. And I'll show you a couple examples. This one example where this is going to take 45 seconds, and you're going to hear the first part and you say, what did she say? What? Okay, ready? Let me start at the beginning.
The first thing I did was grab my phone and call, and when I heard $0, my chest went into my throat.
Maggie Aragon has been a SNAP recipient for more than 3 decades. Even with these benefits, she says she also relies on food banks to get enough food.
I have depended on those benefits since the 1990s, and it's detrimental to my life if I don't get them.
There are more than 460,000 New Mexicans using SNAP benefits.
3 decades. So I don't understand how. So I've been working for 30 years of my life. If I was a New Mexico resident, I'd be paying for her, and I pay state or government taxes, country taxes. So have I been paying for her for 30 years? I don't understand. She can speak. She can obviously move around. She can get a job. That's one I wanted to see. Okay. And then the next one I wanted to show was this one. And this is going to bring me to my point of what I think about the SNAP benefits. Watch this video. This is insane.
To the food bank before?
No, we never have.
This is your first time here.
Correct.
Are you scared?
Well, highly afraid because, I mean, we didn't ask for these kids to come, and what are we going to do? Deny them? We have them. We have to take care of them. We have to find a way, and it's hard right now with everything that's going on. People are even afraid to come out of their houses to work. It's really bad. And especially.
Okay. Now, this is going to come off rude, but I'm a big person, so too bad. I'm thinking those two could miss a meal. Number one. Number two, we didn't want these kids. I'm assuming they're your kids. Okay, let's just go with they're your kids. Did you pass 6th grade, 7th grade sex ed? Do you know what has to happen for you to have kids? So you it takes two to tango. So yes, you did. So I don't understand. So for me, the SNAP debacle, they're saying that there's, I think, was it 8 million or 8% of the country is on it, which that's absurd because you know damn well people are taking advantage of it. The average woman, this is some studies here, average woman is 140 pounds. The average woman on SNAP is 211. What? How could you be less money for food, but be 60 pounds over the average? So that tells me, number one, you're buying absolute crap and you're not doing anything. So how would Rubio fix it? Me being the big bad guy that I am. If you were on SNAP benefits, number one, there'd be a time limit. You got six months, unless there's something really wrong with you. You got cancer of your feet. You can't walk. You can't do anything. You got cancer of your throat. You can't talk. You can't get a job doing that. 6 months. You got to figure it out then. Because I lived across the street from people that had this, and they would literally just keep producing kids. So they got more and more and more. And as soon as those kids became 14, 15, boom, they were having kids. It was like this unbelievable cycle. And it was almost impressive to watch because you're like, wow, they really milked the system till they know exactly what they're doing. If it was me, it'd be a 6-month time limit. You get bread, you get water, you get rice, you get beans, you get fruit, you get vegetables. That's it. Survive on that. You don't like it? That's fine. You don't have to eat it. Get a job. Go buy steak. Go buy hot Cheetos. Go buy Chex Mix. Go do what you want to buy. But this is what you get for me. You get fruit. You get vegetables. You get bread, water, rice, beans. That's it. There should be a time limit, and I think there should be a BMI limit. If you're 400 pounds, you're good. Okay, you might want to push away from the table a little bit more. Brandon has a great question. How much power does the mayor of New York have? I think he has a lot of power. I think a lot of it's going to come back to where if he's going against the United States, the government, the country as a whole, the United States, I think that's going to be an issue where he's going to have certain things where he cannot do. But I think he's going to try to toe the line as much as possible. And it's one of those things where they're going to allow him to do it. I mean, these are the people that voted him in. I think there should be a rule that if you voted for him, and all of a sudden, you notice all hell's breaking loose. Guess what? You can't leave. You can't leave until his term's over. You made your bed. Now you sit in because you voted for it, bud. Why? And also for the SNAP thing, why don't we just give them EMRs or whatever? Yeah, I think they're called EMRs. What anything that we give the troops? So we give them freeze-dried chili, freeze-dried mac and cheese, so they can eat it out on the fields. Guess what? That's what you get. Very easy problem. There's no way that people that are on SNAP benefits should be getting better food than the troops. Zero chance of that. That makes zero sense to me. Let's go to question 4. This one is more for Jenna, but Rubio, you can answer as well. Did you see the cover of the Glamour UK cover for Glamour UK for Woman of the Year? For Women of the Year. I actually did. And I have a picture of it. So this is Glamour, very fancy chic magazine. They had Women of the Year. And here is the cover for Women of the Year. The dolls, Women of the Year. It's 9 guys. What? How do you, for Women of the Year, have 9 dudes? I don't understand it. Where are the feminists? Like, I don't understand. If I was a chick, I'd be like, whoa, I don't understand. Angel says MREs are awesome and healthy, even better. So Angel's proving my point. Give them to people that would need SNAP. Give the money to the troops. All the money that we're saving from SNAP now, give to the troops. There you go. Where are the feminists here? They'd be like, let's get some chicks on here. I don't understand how this is even allowed or makes sense. Question 5. Are you excited for Thanksgiving? Hell no. If you're a new watcher or listener, Thanksgiving's trash. It's the worst holiday. The food is terrible. It's not good. And don't say, oh, you've never had good turkey, blah, blah, blah. My wife's an excellent cook. It's trash. The only good thing is my wife makes this like pumpkin surprise. That's what I call it. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like an inverted apple or pumpkin pie. It's delicious. There's a lot of butter. Turkey's crap. Cranberries crap. Rolls with a good butter. They're okay. Stuffing's disgusting. It's all trash, and it's just in the way of the second best holiday, Christmas. Christmas is phenomenal. Yes, I've already started watching Hallmark Christmas movies. I don't want to hear about it. The best holiday, of course, is 4th of July. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so let's go to the bottom line. The bottom line is all the things you should have learned without even realizing you learned them. Number 1, it isn't over until the fat lady sings. The Doyers 100% showed this. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Good God, what a game. Sorry, Toronto. Number 2, I guess some people really are just blinded by ignorance. And like Dom said, Mondami won. There you if you voted for that, you get what you deserve, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's no doubt about that. And the number 3, wherever you are, be there. That goes out to Gabe. We saw a college kid's butt. Okay, wherever you are, be there. All right, well done to me. I did it, I think. I don't know if it was actually out there for everyone to see. If you have any questions, you can always email rubio@therubiomethod.com. I want to thank me, and I also want to thank AC of AC Sports Live. Don't forget to watch him at 9 p.m. and then bounce back and forth. That's what I do at 9:30. The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. They do a great show. Hopefully they're enjoying all the peanut butter cookies. I saw that Sheldon is still eating them. Those are fantastic. We will be back maybe next week. It depends on how much Wi-Fi I have where I'm going. I'm going to be out of town. So if I have enough Wi-Fi, we'll definitely do it. On that note, I'm out.